Hey guys, what is up? It's Fenikz here with TGN.TV and we are YouTube. So, some of you guys aren't particularly happy with the movement of WoW, which I can agree with some of yous about the movement, but I do think that people misunderstand what WoW is. I mean, there's a few videos on TGN lately that have discussed WoW and Together to the Top, and George has basically said it's fine for us to express our opinions in videos, but just as long as we make clear that it is our opinion and not the opinion of TGN as a company, because now the company's growing, we're making money and all that stuff. We have to be careful of how we portray TGN as a company and not basically as an individual, because you know, in any business, slander can really hurt any business, so that's why it's not tolerated, and it's the same for TGN. So as long as we make clear that this is our opinion, which I think I've pretty much done that, we can pretty much talk about what we want. So as I said, Stereotype and MapHack did a video on Together to the Top and WoW about how they're different and how they're similar. Now the similarities are we're helping the YouTube community. The differences are pretty much everything. Now I do like Together to the Top. It's a good movement, and it's nice that bigger companies or bigger individuals are helping out the lower end people. I guess you could call it like the rich helping out the poor, in a sense that, you know, people with the power can and really should help the people who don't. Now that's not saying someone who has lots of subscribers should go help someone who's got 20 subscribers and 2 videos, and his last upload was about 7 months ago, because where would that really benefit the other person? Because at the end of the day, if you're going to be investing in someone, you've got to get your money's worth, if you like. So I do like the aspect of Together to the Top, but there's a lot of negativity that's come with it as well, and by that I mean people posting comments in your video saying 4 letters, Together to the Top, and that's it. As a YouTube video creator, you want feedback on your videos. You don't want just some random person saying TTT and then that's it. You know, you'd expect them to be just like everybody else and leave a nice comment or a negative comment but with constructive criticism, because that's what we need to improve. But then when you get people they don't even understand the meaning of Together to the Top. They've seen it and they think, oh well, I'm gonna do that and, you know, support as well. But when you support something, you really need to understand what that is about, and I'm sure WoW will be the same in a few weeks or a few months. People will just not understand it and start posting WoW on random things. And that's really the negative part to come out of movements, especially on YouTube. But we will try to guide people the best we can and make them understand what WoW is about. WoW is about helping the community, like Together to the Top. But instead of subbing for subbing and putting people on their box for box and all that kind of stuff, we're going to basically teach you how to basically become a better video producer, if you like, how to basically tag correctly, how to edit your videos correctly, getting the best equipment for, I mean, if you're serious about it, you do need really good microphone quality, you do need really good graphics quality. So that's not necessarily with your graphics card, but it could be with settings that you render with. I know that if I render with low settings, it renders faster, which is good for me, but the quality isn't necessarily really that great for you guys. And if you've noticed on my previous videos, the quality has been fantastic, but if you look back at a few of my later videos, the quality isn't as good because I basically lowered the settings. And it's really a case of, do I want to produce more quantity of content, or do I want to produce more quality of content? It's really at my disposal which one I do, and I've chose to go for the quality over quantity. So that's really what I wanted to talk about with To Give It to the Top and Way. Just really wanted to give my opinion as well, because everyone's opinion is valid. Everyone will have different opinions, and people will have the same opinions. And if people have the same opinions, then they'll support that every time. If they have different opinions, then you might see some flaming, but at the end of the day, all opinions are basically the same thing. It all goes around that same question. So some other things that I want to talk about is the new hubs that have been added to TGN. Now, if you haven't noticed, there's been a few hubs added. If you don't know what a hub is, it's basically a sub-channel of the main channel. So at the minute, we have TGN Central, and from TGN Central branches out other hubs. You could think of as a tree. Now the big tree trunk, the main thing being TGN Central, and then all the other branches will be sub hubs, which it could be, what we do actually have is like TGNMMO, which is for MMO games like Star Wars, Rift, Allods, actual World of Warcraft, and other MMOs like that. Then we have the FPS ones, which is for like Call of Duty, Battlefield 3, etc. Now, for some of the more well-known games like World of Warcraft, of course, this World of Warcraft channel has been probably the biggest TGN channel out of them all. Now, the TGN Central channel is taking over, which is what it was supposed to do in the first place. That was supposed to be the hub, but World of Warcraft is so popular, the World of Warcraft ended up being the main hub for TGN. But now it's changing, which is, I think, a good thing, because as a company we do need a main hub, in my opinion. So for videos of World of Warcraft, they're going to be going on the TGNMMO. Now, because the TGN World of Warcraft hub is so big, we obviously don't want to delete it, because that would just be plain idiotic. But for the newer directors who aren't yet on par with perhaps quality or commentary or microphone quality and stuff like that, their content will be going on the TGNMMO. Now, for all you guys who have come to love and support all the TGN WoW directors on the current TGN World of Warcraft hub, then they'll probably obviously be staying. But for the newer people who apply for TGN Idol, their videos will be going on the TGNMMO. And then once they're at a certain quality standard, then they can start posting on the TGN World of Warcraft channel. So I hope you've understood that little bit of explanation. That's from the best that I've understood it from Revlets, who is in charge of some of this stuff. Now, the people you need to talk to about the TGNMMO is Paid and Sam C. I don't specifically know who they are, because I mean we've got over 180, I believe, directors, so there's a lot of people to know and get to know. So if you want to join TGN, because everyone's welcome, and you don't necessarily play World of Warcraft, you maybe play Rift, or maybe you play an MMO no one's really heard of, then you can make content for that, and of course you can start posting it on TGNMMO. Now, what we need from you guys is really support, because hubs don't run themselves. There's a lot of people putting a lot of effort into these hubs. We have content managers that are basically running individual hubs, and they have teams of people that help run the hubs. So it's really important for you guys to help out and support them people, because if you love World of Warcraft, then you love MMOs, and if you love MMOs, you're gonna love other MMOs. Kind of makes sense, really, if you think about it. So I mean, there's other ones as well. I know you guys don't only like one type of genre. I mean, you guys would like FPSs. I'm sure like 80% of you guys have played Call of Duty at some point in your life, or have played a different game at some point in your life. There's lots of hubs for TGN, so make sure you check them out. You might find a hub that you really like, and perhaps if you want to create videos, you can start creating for them hubs, because our goal is to make them hubs like the TGN World of Warcraft, where it's really big and people from that genre really want to see that content will just go to that hub and see all the content that they want. So for games like Star Wars: The Old Republican, we've got kind of an idea that this game will be big, so obviously we will create a specific hub for that type of game like we have World of Warcraft. We do have other hubs like for Minecraft and stuff like that, but I think for the rest of the new and upcoming games and stuff like that, hopefully it's all going to go on one hub for that genre, and it's going to be like that from now on. If I'm mistaken, then I'm sorry, but this is the impression that I got from talking to Reblets, and well, yeah, that's really it. So just make sure you spread the word, guys. Show some support, because honestly, I don't really think people know how much effort goes into creating videos. Now, let me just do a little rundown for you guys. If you think logging onto World of Warcraft and you're gonna go into your first battleground and get perfect footage, then you're really sadly mistaken, because you can go into a battleground and you could just be with bots, and then it's going to be really bad content for you guys. You could go into a battleground and lose and just keep dying. That's really bad content. You don't really want to show that. Now, if you're doing stuff like arenas, you're just going to show your wins. You don't really show your losses. So it's the same for battlegrounds and PvE. You're not going to show your wipes unless you're showing like a progression type of a video. So I mean, that alone could take an hour, 5 hours a day, a week if you're really unlucky. And then you've got to edit it. You've got to make sure you edit all the bad parts out. You make sure it's in a good time limit, so you guys don't lose your attention span. And then there's commentating it. If you do live commentate, then that's really difficult. And if you screw that up, then you're either gonna cut that bit out where you scream and stuff, or you're just gonna leave it in for entertainment value. And then you've got post commentating it, which is what I'm doing now, basically talking over footage. I should really be commentating, but I'm pretty sure you guys can see what's happening. And then there's adding your effects. Some people go to the extreme and really add loads of cool effects. Some people just have the game footage, add some color correction and stuff like that, and that's their video done. And then you've got actually rendering it out. Like I said before, if you render out with higher quality, then it's going to take longer. My videos tend to take 2 to 3 hours, and my system is pretty decent. And then you've actually got uploading, which could take between 30 and 2 hours depending on your connection. So you're looking at around 6 hours of actually creating a video from start to finish, and that is really, it is actually a really long day for you. And for people who bring out more than one video a day, props to you guys, because for people who do make videos, we know how long it actually takes. So if you guys could just think about that sometimes before you post comments, and just think what someone actually goes through to bring you guys content, that always helps. So guys, that's really all I've got to talk about. This has been Fenikz with TGN.TV, and I will see you guys next time. Just want to thank everyone again for their support. Over the last few weeks, I've gained quite a few more subscribers, which I do really appreciate. So besides that, guys, thanks and peace.